Guys, and welcome back to MNUFC TV. I'm going to get into the instant match reaction to Minnesota United 1, Portland Timbers 0. And this is the MLS match. We have back to back games against Portland. Today was just an MLS fixture, so getting the win was huge 3 points. But we'll get to that in a second. The game started off. Portland actually came out really strong and took control of the game right away for the first 15 minutes or so, and then we kind of got into it and had some really nice chances. But the key moment in the first half, I thought, was Vito Manone had a double save off what should have easily been a goal the second shot, and he just swipes it out of the air. And if you haven't seen it, go watch it because if you like a good save, it's one of the better saves I've seen in a long time for sure. Any quality, any level, it was insane save actually. Um, the fact that his arm was so strong just to swipe it up and hit it over the bar was just incredible. But yeah, the first half was really physical. Portland came out and really were really physical. A lot of fouls and a lot that weren't even actually called. The game ended with like 14 fouls or something, maybe 15. Again, for Portland. Portland had those fouls. So we had about 6 or 7, but maybe not even 7. A couple at the end late ones. But man, they were really physical, really physical. They were actually really lucky Chara was not to get sent off. They're extremely lucky actually. When he's on a yellow, it was like an NFL style, just pull down the top right shoulder down it might have been Delali or Molina. I think it was Molino. Molino. It was when Molino was still in, and gets pulled down, and it was ridiculous. But I mean, they got a yellow in the first half from their center back Mambala, and they were extremely physical with Angelo. The one thing that got me was they kept going over the top, and they were called a couple fouls sometimes, but half the time it wasn't getting called, and it was Angelo was trying to do small little play, but when people are jumping, he played well, but there was a lot of times when the center backs would be jumping on top of his back to win the header, and I mean that's illegal. So it got called somewhat, but it was a lot of times where there's a lot of jersey, a lot of grabbing, and uh, yeah, to an extent it can happen. It is a contact sport, but it was extremely. It wasn't called as enough as I thought, but anyway. And the first half was we had a couple chances after that double save by Manone. We had some really good opportunities. Just that final ball was we were crossing a lot in the first half with Montier, and then we were missing a couple passes. We were kind of not into the game, and um, uh, there was a lot of crosses, and just no one could get to it. Miguel couldn't get to it a couple times, and Angelo had a really bad header. He had a wide open clear header, and he heads it up and over the bar. Rule of heading, headed down. It's one of the fundamental rules of heading, but um, did not work that time. So I just can't believe he missed that opportunity because it was wide open, and I'm a huge fan of Angelo, and I thought he played all right tonight. It was just wasn't his night. He couldn't get that goal, but he played well. Played well. But going into the second half, came out we came out a lot stronger. I thought a lot more oomph in that first 30, I'd say. And we made a couple substitutions with Angelo coming off and Toy coming on. They actually had a lot more yellow cards. Clark picked up a yellow card. Chara picked up his yellow. Their other center back picked up a yellow too. And it was getting to the point where it's like the ref needs to control the game. It's extremely physical. Like I said, Chara should have been sent off. It was absolutely ridiculous. But anyway, Robin Lloyd, it's spelled Lod, but it was Lud, I think it was pronounced or something. Robin, I'm just gonna call him right now. Played really well, I thought, for just being a sub role. Like came on, he didn't look as up to match fitness as maybe we would liked, but Miguel was offering literally nothing, so something needed to happen. With Darwin being suspended and Molino started, and um, it was only right to just see what happens. And he got into the game. He had a couple nice. He had a nice heel flick pass, and he came into. He started kind of. He got into it kind of slowly, pass here or there, but then um, the last 5 to 10 minutes, he really got stuck in, and just a lot of he had a lot of defense. Yeah, I think he had a couple tackles, like two tackles or some. He also had a lot of. They were trying to steal the ball off him, and then he just looked really, really strong on the ball, and it looked like he had a bit of skill on the ball too, and it looks like he could be a good player. I don't know why Miguel's been struggling, so we definitely need some little bit of boost in the midfield wing role. So I really hope Miguel can turn around. He's just had a tough night tonight, but Robin Lode came on for him, and it was nice to see what that player is about with us just signing him. So um, looked pretty good. Looked good, but what 30 minutes can tell it could be completely different. But didn't look bad or anything. Just looked a little bit outmatched fitness. I mean, it was a really hot day out today, but that'll come in just practice and such. Um, and they had made a sub with Abolisi, and I'm a huge fan of his. He came on, he really created one of their best opportunities where he hit the post and just made a through run and over the top, and he's able to settle it down, and then pass it back to a wide open, and maybe it was Blanco or Vieira, and they just ripped one, and luckily it came off the post and out, and Boxwell was able to clear it. But it was close, and Abolisi definitely kind of made that change. He did make one bad pass later on, but Portland's really lucky to have him. He looks like a nice player, and we'll have to watch out for him on Wednesday in the Open Cup semifinal. Um, Boxall picked up a yellow card late in the 75th minute um, due to him being an absolute beast tonight. Blanco was talking all night, and Vieira was all pissed off about all these foul calls, but they were clear fouls, and Boxall was kind of getting in there. He was living rent free in their head for sure, just chilling up there. Blanco was all pissed off about everything, and a couple times Boxall pushed him and put at a little push at the end of a play where maybe he shouldn't have, but I think was lucky. He was lucky maybe to not get a yellow. Maybe a different ref would have gave it to him. We kind of got lucky with the refereeing decisions tonight. I'd say. Not with the VAR call that happened later, but just by some of the foul calls. But it was physical and just by like a couple. Because there was a couple times where Boxall pushed someone off the ball and it probably should have got called back, but take what you can get, I guess. So Abu came on for Molino at the end of the game. Played well. Not been the best fan of Abu, but played well. Played well for his little cameo with Mason Toy for what maybe 15-20 minutes. But at the end of almost into stoppage time, right before stoppage time, we get a cross in off a corner, or it might have just been a cross. But it was right at the end of the game, and it was a little scramble in the box, and the ball comes out and stuff, and right away Abu and everyone's pointing hand, 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 hand. And so everyone in the stadium thinks, okay, handball, and then you go back on the screen, and the guy comes up, and his arm's kind of up and out of natural position, and his arm ends up hitting the ball. From what I could see on the big screen, I haven't seen it quite too far back, but they go to the ref goes to VAR, and they see that it hits hand, and then should go to a penalty. So with Darwin being out and our usual penalty taker, Finley had taken the one before it. In Montreal, I believe. And so Finley was going to take it again tonight. And he did. The goalkeeper got a hand to it, but it nestles in the left side of the net, and it was awesome. Everyone knew that we just needed to defend for the next 5 minutes of stoppage time, 5, 6 minutes of stoppage time, and whatnot. And they were actually able to make a sub in the 93rd minute, which I understand just right at the end of the game. But it was on a corner. Um, kind of understand why they let him, but it was a big, tall, strapping player who they were definitely going in for on the corner. But it didn't end up working. Boxall clears it out. Can't complain. I guess they should let him come on, I guess. But it was, I believe, their second. Yeah, it was only their second sub, so we made all three subs and they didn't. And it was a really good game in the way to get 3 points. And as of right now, we're in second place in the Wild West, which has been changing ever so much. Like, can't go a couple hours without a team losing points, dropping points every weekend or midweek even. So Seattle has a game later tonight, so we'll see. Hopefully they lose. I forgot who they're playing, but hopefully they don't get the job done tonight, and we can keep that second place spot because on goal differential we're in there right now, even though we're tied on points with Seattle and San Jose, I believe. So. And as always, come on, you loons. That was just the player match reaction, or the instant match reaction.